On today's episode of The Front Row, we are in the Lubbock Public Media Studios, downtown in the Lubbock Cultural District, and our special guest on the program today is Amy Berry, who is a staff member here at Lubbock Public Media. Amy, welcome to The Front Row. It's great for you to be with us.
Well, thanks. I'm so glad to be here and appreciate the chance to be part of our show today.
Great. Well, tell us exactly what have you decided that you were doing? What is your title?
My title is Donor Data Manager. I worked at the United Way here in Lubbock. I was the Senior Vice President and retired after 20 years a few months ago. And one of my responsibilities was to oversee a very large database. And so, in addition to being in charge of all the fundraising, now we've got a brand new system and we're just getting started with that. And one of the things I love about our donor system is that it's very secure, really available online, and it works well. We want to give people a chance to tell us their story. And on our website, when you make a gift, there's a place for you to, it says, do you have comments? So there's a great place for you to let us know what your story is. Because behind every piece of music, there's a story, right? Behind every ensemble that plays music together, there's a story. So an ensemble is like a community of people coming together to accomplish something beautiful. And we all have communities in our lives, whether it's our family or our friends or a faith family, a school classroom, a student music group, just like in middle school, that as a parent I loved going to, but wasn't particularly beautiful at the time. But we want to get to know the people who were kind enough to support our work here in the community, because we have to have the donor giving to help us support our work. And we want people to join us as members so that we can partner with them. But part of being a community is getting to know one another. So I hope that you'll make a gift. And when you do, use that comment box. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your favorite piece? What was your first beautiful concert that you went to? What piece would you like to hear us play? Let us know who you are so that we can begin a relationship with you.
Well, I love that philosophy. I just love that. Oh, you're just perfect for this job. So it's great, and you have such wonderful experience all the time with the United Way. Tell us actually a little bit more about you. Are you from this area?
I am born and raised here in Lubbock. I grew up singing in the church choir, and I started to play the violin when I was at J.T. Hutchison at that time, which was a junior high school.
Yes, right.
And then I moved on to Lubbock High, where I was in the orchestra and the choir and the marching band. Music has been a huge part of my life. It adds so much to everyone's life. And I think until you've been closely involved with that, it's hard to really understand that from the inside out. It's one thing to listen to the radio and to enjoy something or sing along in your car, but to be part of creating that, or like we do here at the station, presenting that, is completely different. I'll tell you that as a parent, it was beautiful to see that happen in our son's life. In our family, participating in music is not optional. It's just part of being a good parent. Everybody else in our extended family was a string player. And when our son decided to join the band instead, it was kind of a shock. But it's where he wanted to be, and he started on the trombone despite having been denied the saxophone he wanted so badly. But he moved from the trombone to started to play horn.
So the horn.
Horn. And as parents, we invested in lessons, and we walked through the whole piece of where it sounded like a dying elephant in my living room, because that's where you start. All the way to him achieving a lot as a student musician. He went on to the All-State program through TMEA. He was there for 3 years.
So he was a good horn player.
He was good.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to shamelessly brag that he was first chair in the entire state, first chair of the 6A Symphony his senior year of high school.
Oh, that's so good.
And I have great memories of going to see those performances. They were a lot of fun compared to junior high, middle school. But it's part of the whole picture.
Yeah.
And if you ask him, he'll tell you that his children will someday be in band because it changed his life. And he recognizes that music has helped him grow into a very responsible adult. He has a music degree from Tech, and he sees the value of that. I'm proud that he was a 4-year member of the Lubbock Symphony, and that added to his life as well. It's just, I'm proud as a parent to see a younger person love classical music.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's wonderful. So music just pervades your family, and you grew up with yourself, but also your son as well. And then you moved on and became a fixture at United Way. How did that happen?
Well, I'll tell you, I had a teacher inspire me with a writing assignment when I was in high school. I have a strong belief that high school English teachers change people's lives.
Yeah.
And she gave us this open-ended prompt of write me a 10-page paper, and at that point in time, it was all by hand, right?
Right.
And so I went to the library and started looking through pictures, trying to, you remember those big, like, life in picture, huge books, you know?
Yeah.
And I started looking through those to see what caught my attention. And I remember sitting in the library, one of my favorite places, and just turning the page and thought, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to that. But I remember turning a page and seeing a picture of a child in Appalachia, someone who clearly lived in great poverty. No shirt, no shoes, overalls that were too short. He was dirty. In the background, there was a ramshackle house that looked like it was about to fall down. And I couldn't believe that people in our country lived in such desperate circumstances. And so I wrote a paper on that. And I came to really understand beyond that there are people in our community who live without. And so at that point, I decided to get a social work degree from Tech, and I graduated from there and worked through several different organizations because I wanted to do something to help people who lived in poverty. And that took several different forms throughout my career. My first job was at the Salvation Army as a professional, and that evolved from doing direct services more into a nonprofit management position. I came to United Way 20 years ago, and I was so excited to be there because United Way is part of the greater solution by bringing business leaders together with the social services community to create change. Typically, the social services agencies in our community don't directly relate with businesses, and United Way helps that bridge come together. I did fundraising over there, and I was responsible for the overall fundraising, whether it's through the annual campaign that people recognize or through the endowment. And I never thought I'd love doing fundraising. The annual campaign is a huge project.
Sure, yeah.
And when I was hired, I was supposed to work primarily on the endowment, and then the guy that ran the annual campaign left, and it all fell in my lap. But I had so much fun, and I met so many interesting people, and I love being part of the greater change.
Great. Well, and now you're at Lubbock Public Media.
I
and
am.
I love that very, very much. And we're doing our first fundraiser.
Yes.
So we're like starting a database. You're like starting at the beginning, right?
I am. That's part of the sound of music, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Start at the very beginning.
That's right. And we're going to grow our database, hopefully a lot. And we want people to go to our website, classical1057.org, and they can click on the red button at the top that says donate. And then I found out the hard way that you have to start at the top and make your way down the page as you make your gift. Maybe you can help guide people through exactly how that process works.
You bet. People, like you said, need to start at the top and work your way very deliberately through each page. If you hit a little bump in that process and your gift doesn't go all the way through, we can give you a call and say, hey, we got a notice that you tried to give a gift online, and we want to make sure that you're able to follow through on that. So we get a notice, and that's really helpful. And it's not about growing the database. It's about growing our relationship with people, because I can't get to know you if I don't know who you are, and if I don't know your story and why you love what we do here at the station.
Right. Well, that's so good. It's so nice to meet you and to work with you. Such pleasant office company, and you're doing such incredible work for us and necessary work, and we really appreciate that. And what I really, really appreciate is that somebody with great musical sympathies is here with us.
It works out well, doesn't it? It's funny that I should kind of fall into this position. I'm very part-time, but it certainly adds to my life because now I have another work family, and we just have so many great people here, not only at our station, but with the stations that work also in our building. And I've just met the neatest people. And I grew up with the radio on at our house every morning and listening to Big Ed Wilkes. That brings back memories probably for a lot of folks. And one of the things I love about radio is that it tells a story, right? And it's really in a very loud technological environment. Music really has a way of bringing you back. Radio does that in a very special way when a lot of other things have gone the way of social media, of television, and so many things that are in your face, right? Music kind of pulls you back. Radio pulls you back to where it's just that one thing. And you can have that experience with just your ears instead of images being dropped in your face all the stinking time.
Right.
And I just love being part of that. It's just fun.
Great. I love that. Amy Berry is our guest on the front row today. Amy, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being with us today. We really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And I love the chance to get to tell my story about why music matters so much to me.
Right.